If you're thinking about moving to Los Angeles and have no idea where to start, I'm going to do a drive-by on one of my favorite neighborhoods called Eagle Rock. Now, Eagle Rock is a community that's in the northeast part of Los Angeles. It is 10 minutes from Pasadena, 10 minutes from Glendale, about 15 minutes from Silver Lake. But it is a really cool community that I really enjoy. There's great shops, great restaurants. The median price point here is about $1.288 million. So it's definitely cheaper than Silver Lake or Los Feliz. But it's definitely not the cheapest thing that you'll find in Los Angeles. There's a lot of artists that live here. So you have a lot of film editors, you have actual artists, sculptors, painters. So it's kind of a creative vibe. It's similar vibe to Silver Lake and Los Feliz, just a little bit more affordable. So, and a little bit more adult, I would say. But it is a really great community, and I'm going to show you around some of these areas. We're going to take a look at a few properties so you can get an idea of what is actually available for sale here in Eagle Rock right now. Now, it might not be in the future, but these are just some samples of some properties that are on the market. You're going to see a lot of craftsman style architecture. You'll see some Spanish architecture and even some mid-century modern and some Tudor style properties as well. On this tour, I think we're going to focus mostly on craftsman style because that's what's available to show right now. But it is a really cool community. So let's go take a look. So in Eagle Rock, there are basically three main thoroughfares. There's Eagle Rock Boulevard, which we are on, and you can see right up at the top of our screen, you will see the 134. So that connects you over to Glendale and into the Valley and also into Pasadena. Then you also have Colorado Boulevard, which is where a lot of really great shops and restaurants are. And then you also have Figueroa Boulevard on the east side of Eagle Rock. Now, there's everything that you could pretty much want here. You have a Target, you have a bunch of different restaurants, you have nice Sprouts, grocery stores, Trader Joe's here. If you want to live here, you don't have to leave here very often if you don't want to, but it does have really, really accessible freeways. You have the 2 freeway, you have the 134 freeway, and you have the 110 freeway. So you can hop on a freeway and get to anywhere else you want to get to in Los Angeles pretty easily. So today we are going to take a look at a 1915 craftsman style property, and I picked 3 other properties. I just want to show you what you're going to get if you purchase a home here in the Eagle Rock area. So we are turning on to Colorado Boulevard right now, and this is where you see lots of cool shops and restaurants. So this is definitely a place that you will frequent a lot if you live here in Eagle Rock. To the left, you have some properties that are a little bit bigger, bigger lots. Some of them are quite expensive. You have stuff in the $2 to $3 million range in this area to your left. On your right-hand side, it's a little bit more of the flat part of Eagle Rock. So you'll get price ranges in the 1.2 to 1.9, 1.8, some $2 million properties over to the right. Now, as you go up further, you're also going to see some properties in the hill. If you have really good views, those can command some high prices as well. One of the things I love about Eagle Rock is it just feels very neighborhoody. So you have lots of trees over here. And thankfully, this was not really affected by the Eaton fire, but it is close enough to make you a little bit nervous. So people in this area were definitely on high alert during the Eaton fires, because it is literally a 10-15 minute drive to Altadena. But luckily, they were spared a lot here. No, like I said, this property that we're going to take a look at now is a 1915 Craftsman, and let's go see what it looks like. As I mentioned, this is a Craftsman style property. It is built in 1915. It is 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2408 square feet. So this is pretty big for a Craftsman style property, and you can see why, because there's a big addition on the back. But it is priced at $1.349 million. It's in a great location in Eagle Rock. As you can tell, some of the hardwood floors need to be refinished, but that's pretty easy. I would recommend renovating this bathroom. It tends to add a lot of extra value. Or you can keep it if you love a retro bathroom. That's totally fine as well. And again, hardwood floors here need to be refinished. As you go around to the back side, this is like an office or a breakfast nook. You have your kitchen here with your laundry in the right there. And if you go around to the back, this is an addition here. They've added a loft, kind of a funky little addition, but it does add a lot of extra square footage. And then here's your primary suite. You have a bathroom, a shower around the corner, and there is your primary. Let me know what you think about this one. Okay, we're going to take a look at another property, but just so I can show you right now here, we are north of Colorado. So this is right under the 134 freeway. And you can see some of these homes are really, really substantial. They have a lot bigger lots. You will hear some freeway noise from the 134, but it's far enough away that it might not be a bothersome for some people. But you can see this area I really love north of Colorado. It's just lots of tree-lined streets. You know, the streets are a little bit wider. You have a lot of craftsman style properties here. You have some Spanish. We're going to take a look at another craftsman that is available right now. It is a duplex with, it sounds like a third unit. So we'll take a look at that and we can see what is available right now. So as I said before, the price range here in Eagle Rock, you can get stuff under $1 million here, but most likely it's going to be a condo or a townhouse. So most of the properties, like the median price point is $1.28 million. So you will see stuff that's cheaper and definitely stuff that is more expensive than that here in Eagle Rock. So this next property is south of Colorado Boulevard. And I don't know if you can see up there in the distance, there's a big, huge hill there. There's some properties that are on that hill that are going to be pretty pricey, but the views are going to be pretty spectacular as well. And then you have stuff in between the hills and Colorado Boulevard that are, you know, craftsman style. You have some modern stuff. You have a lot of developers coming in here and renovating some of these properties as well. So you will see stuff that has been flipped. If you hate that, sorry, but you're going to see a lot of that here in Los Angeles in general, but especially in Eagle Rock. But there are some really charming properties as well. So don't let that scare you away because there's some cool stuff here. All right, this one is a triplex. Now, it's not legally a triplex, it's a duplex plus a bonus rec room, but this front unit is delivered vacant. It is 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It's 893 square feet. And then you have a recently built ADU, which is 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and they're both being delivered vacant. And then you also have a bonus space, which is 524 square feet. Now, they call it bonus space or a rec room space because it's not legal square footage, but you could rent that out with the ADU and command a pretty high premium for your rent. And they're all delivered vacant, which is exactly what you want in a triplex. The next one I'm going to take you to is a little higher price point. It's priced at $2 million. It does have a pool, and it's on the very far west side, close to the 2 freeway. Some people put this as Glendale Park, but I kind of consider everything east of the 2 as Eagle Rock. So you might hear some agents say that this is Glendale Park. Some people say Eagle Rock. I kind of put it into the Eagle Rock category. But it's a nice, very nice property, and we're going to show it to you in a little bit. We're going to take another left here on Colorado Boulevard. Colorado is probably one of the busier thoroughfares here in Eagle Rock because of all the restaurants and shops that are here. But it's pretty accessible. So from one side of Eagle Rock to the other, it's maybe 10 minutes. And the cool part about this is that you're also right next to Highland Park. Highland Park is literally the neighbor, the sister of Eagle Rock. So you have great restaurants and shops on Figueroa and York Boulevard as well. So you do have access to a lot of the benefits of Highland Park as well as Eagle Rock. Okay, we're going to take a left on Eagle Rock Boulevard. That's another major thoroughfare here in Eagle Rock. And then we're going to wind our way up the hills. Now, this is on the very west side of the Eagle Rock area. So this is right next to the 2 freeway. Some of the two freeway noise can be very, very loud. So you want to make sure that if you're buying in the area, just make sure that you pay attention to where you're located in relationship to the freeway. I always tell clients, like, if you're going to buy a house that is really close to a freeway, you better get a really, really smoking good deal, because it is not going to be easy to sell a property that backs up against a major road, a major freeway. it just it really affects your resale value. So just make sure that if you fall in love with a property next to a freeway, that you better get a smoking good deal on it, because it's going to be hard to resell it. And you will definitely see some of that in the properties where we're going to go right now, because if it's on the other side of the hill, it is really loud by that freeway. So it will definitely affect your resale. Just keep that in mind. And again, you have a lot of shops here on Eagle Rock. You have great restaurants. Your Sprouts is right here, so a good grocery store. There's a really cool movie theater called the Vidiots, and they screen old time movies that are more for cinephiles. So if you are a movie lover, then this is something you definitely want to check out here in Eagle Rock. There's some pretty cool screenings that you won't see a lot of other cities or a lot of other places in Los Angeles. So we're going to take a right on Yosemite. And as you can see on like the left-hand side, you'll have some modern townhouses here as well. You have condos, townhomes, small lot homes as well. Um, so you kind of have a pretty diverse architecture here. It just depends on the price point, because the small lot single family homes are going to be pretty pricey, probably well over 1.2 to 1.5 depending on the square footage, because it's new construction and some people don't want to deal with having a yard. So you'll have a rooftop deck instead of having a big yard. So that is one thing that you will see here and throughout Los Angeles, pretty much. Some small lot homes, meaning that there is a 6-inch gap between your home and the next home. So they're not technically connected. So you wouldn't consider that a duplex. But you're seeing that more and more because land is at such a premium here. Now, as we start going up into the hills, you'll see that the roads get a lot tighter, and the lot sizes get a lot smaller as well. And it can be tricky with traffic on some of these roads, as you can see. Um, some people will let me go because they're nice. Thank you. And it can be a little bit of a traffic jam if there's a ton of traffic on these little roads. So you just have to be really careful, because people fly down some of these streets, and you just want to make sure that you're not getting your mirrors ripped off because people are careless. But as you can see, they are pretty tight roads up here. Some people don't want to deal with that, but that's what you have to have almost if you want a view. You're going to have tight streets in Hillside. Here's the other thing that you want to consider if you are buying a home in a hill. There are some areas in Eagle Rock and in Highland Park that are rated high fire risk zones. So your insurance is going to be way higher. And some might not even offer insurance in some of these areas because of the fire risk. So definitely keep that in mind. The other thing that you need to be aware of on hillside construction is that you're going to have some different inspections that you're going to want to do. You're going to definitely want to make sure that you get a structural engineer there to make sure that the soil that you're on and the foundation that the house is on is solid. So an environmental study, making sure the soil's good, a structural engineer to make sure the foundation is solid, because we do have earthquakes, and the last thing that you want is to buy a house that slides down the hill during an earthquake. So that is one thing about living in Los Angeles. We do have lots of natural disasters, fires, mudslides, landslides, earthquakes, and we just want to make sure that your house that you're purchasing is going to stand up during some of these major events. Now, this property that we're going to take a look at is not super close to the freeway, so that makes me really happy. It really does dramatically affect the value when you're that much closer to a freeway. But as you can tell, we're on the top of the hill now, and this is going to be a good one to look at. I'm excited.
Now, this property is the highest property that we're touring right now. It's $1.999 million. It is 2,850 square feet, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, built in 1963. Obviously, it has been completely renovated. I love that kitchen, the big, huge island, the sliders going out to the pool in the backyard, and I'll show that in a little bit. This is your primary bedroom. It does have hardwood floors or engineered floors, double sinks in the primary bathroom, and a big walk-in shower. And then you have a really nice balcony overlooking your yard and your little studio or pool cabana right there. And then you have 2 bedrooms upstairs and separated by a bathroom, which is going to be right here around the corner. The bathroom could be a little bit more updated, but it's pretty easy to do something in that small of a square footage. And it's on a great location in the hill, far away from the freeway noise. So this is a really good one for basically $2 million.
So the next one that I'm going to show you is a 1926 English cottage style house, which is cute. It's in the same area that we just saw that last property with the pool, on the very west side of Eagle Rock, up in the hills. So there's potential for some really good views over here. Let's check out what this next one looks like. So if you look at this, like, that view is pretty great. And if you get a house with a really good view like that, it will definitely command a higher price point, unless you're right next to the freeway. I keep saying that over and over again because the freeway can be very loud here. So just really be careful about that.
One of the things I love about Los Angeles real estate is the different types of architecture. This is an English cottage that was built in 1926, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's 2,215 square feet. Now, you want to double check anytime that you're purchasing a property in Los Angeles that the tax record matches what is on the multiple listing service. Now, this has a bonus space down below, which they are including in this square footage of the house on the multiple listing service, but that's not what is actually on the tax records. So this whole entire room is considered bonus space because it is not legal square footage. If it was me and I bought this property, I would do everything I could to make this legal square footage because it instantly adds value to your property. Here's your kitchen up here with granite countertops. And I love this covered patio on the balcony overlooking your yard, which does have a semi in-ground hot tub.
All right, that is our little tour of Eagle Rock. These are just a few of the properties that are available. There's a lot more options if you want that. And if you are interested in buying in 2025, I just updated my buyer's guide for Los Angeles. So click on the link in the description down below or in the comments, and I will email you over a free buyer's guide with all the updated rules, because the rules have changed now for 2025 for everybody buying a house in the country. So if you want to know what those rules are, just click on that link and I'll email you over a copy of that PDF. And again, my name is Felipecrook with eXp Realty, investing in your dreams.